For this demonstration, I will be the VP of the sales VP of a fictitious company. And as the sales VP, I closely monitor the sales data using dashboards, such as the one that I'm showing right now. Now, since COVID-19 is impacting business, I decide to update this dashboard to also show COVID-19 data, such as the total number of cases, such as the total number of deaths. And I have downloaded the COVID-19 data in CSV format from one of the many websites that make it available. And to update the dashboard to include this data, I first open the dashboard in the dashboard editor. So I go to the dashboard, I say edit dashboard, all of this is existing functionality. And here is the brand new dashboard editor. It looks nothing like what was available in prior releases, modern, drag and drop as I'm going to demonstrate. So to add the COVID-19 data to my dashboard, I go to this new data panel that you see here on the left. It exposes all the data fields available to my dashboard. And from here in the upper left corner, we have this new option to add new data. And what this does, if I click here on add new data, it launches in context, and that's the key point, it launches in context the familiar self-service data preparation environment, which we introduced 2 years ago as part of release 16.4 to enable business users to access, prepare, and model/join the needed external data, which in our case resides in a CSV file, which is on my desktop. So I can click here, again, using this existing functionality, I can click Files from Desktop, and I can navigate to the corresponding file. Now, in the interest of time, I have already gone through these familiar data preparation steps, and here are the resultant fields, which I can now drag and drop onto my dashboard, exposing the COVID-19 data. And the key point here is that Release 20.2 makes it easy for business users to add new data to the dashboards that they are authoring by seamlessly integrating the self-service data preparation feature into the dashboard editor. Now, so here's the data. Now let's enhance these dashboards to include COVID-19 data. So to show the number of COVID-19 cases over time on top of my dashboard, I drag this date field, and using these intuitive drop zones, which you see here, I can control where exactly I want to drop it. So in this case, I choose to drop it at the very top of the dashboard. And I let go, and the data is automatically visualized and presented as a table. Next, I drag and drop the total cases over this table. So I just grab total cases and drag and drop them over the table. And as you can see, the data is automatically and instantaneously presented as a column chart showing the total number of COVID cases per year. And the key point here is that starting with Release 20.2, the dashboard editor automatically visualizes the data fields that the user drags and drops onto the canvas. Now, to show the total number of COVID-19 cases per week, not by year, here from the context-sensitive properties panel, I change the time interval property of our column chart. I change it to weeks, from years to weeks. And when I do that, note how the chart is instantaneously and automatically updated to reflect the property change that we just applied. To better see the trend, I change the chart type from column chart to line chart. Again, when I do this, the visual is instantaneously updated to a line chart. To show the COVID-19 death statistics as well, I add a second value series. So here where it says value series, I click add second value series, and this value series would be based on total death, just like so. And when I do this, again, the chart is instantaneously updated. to better separate the two value series, I decide to add a chart legend. And to do this, here from the Properties panel, I go to the Settings tab, just like so. From the Legend section, I select that we want to show a legend and that we want to show it above our chart, just like so. Now, to ensure that the chart matches the look and feel properties of the other gadgets that make up the dashboard, from the chart settings section here, I select the OpenText theme, just like so. This theme, by the way, is used by all the other gadgets on the dashboard. And the theme, as you're going to see, automatically controls and ensures that the look and feel properties of all the gadgets on my dashboard are matching. And the final thing I'm going to do, we can keep going for forever here, tweaking the chart. The final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a more polished name. I'm going to call it, I'm going to change the default name, and I'm going to call this chart COVID-19 pandemic, just like so. The key point here is that users instantaneously see the result on the dashboard after each authoring step. And this instant feedback, combined with the easy-to-find and use toolbars, menus, and panels that make up the new Dashboard Editor UI, enable business users to easily create dashboards. Release 20.2 also makes it easy to specify that a gadget should be in a column by itself. For example, to specify that our chart should occupy the leftmost column of our dashboard, all I need to do is just drag and drop the chart, again, using these intuitive drop zones, specify that it should be in the leftmost column, just like so. When I let go, here is where the chart shows up. It shows up by itself in the leftmost column. Release 20.2 also makes it easy to swap the positions of any two gadgets. So, for example, if I want to swap the positions of the total sales KPI and cost basis KPI, all I need to do is grab one of the two KPIs and drag it and drop it over the other one. And when I let go, their positions are swapped. And to preview the dashboard that we just created, I click here on Preview, and here is how the dashboard will look to an end user. So in summary, Release 20.2 delivers a delightful and modern WYSIWYG dashboard authoring user experience that enables business users to easily create dashboards.